like to extend my heartfelt condolences to the family members and the friends of Mrs. Melinda Hoover, that has been a very nice person in our community. Further, I would like to also extend my condolences in the name of the government of St. Martin and the people of St. Martin for Mr. Charlie Myers, known, of course, of the big known family Myers, being the brother of our Member of Parliament, Mr. Frankie Myers. And also I would like to extend my condolences to our icon in our artistic world of St. Martin, the late Mrs. Ruby Butte. This month has been a turbulent month, I think, with losses of great souls of our community. But these are all wishes of our Creator that we have to respect. And I wish the family members and friends a lot of strength in these difficult times that they're going to confront by saying goodbye to their beloved ones. We will miss all of them, of course. And once more, I want to still thank them for what they have been as a significance for country St. Martin. Secondly, I have to give some debriefing that I think the country is waiting on. First of all, we would like to know where are we standing with the formation of our government. As you know, I have been requested to be the formateur of the new government as a result of the outcome of the elections that took place on the 19th of August. I accepted that position, and last Monday I have received the end report of the VDSM, the Veiligheidsdienst St. Martin, the Security Service for Nation St. Martin. And in the end of last week, I received the reports of the Attorney General from Curaçao. Based on the reports, I have had a meeting already this week with the governor, and we are now in the state that I will have to deliver my end report as formateur. That will take place before the 15th of November. That has been agreed upon as an ultimatum to deliver my report. And the swearing-in date, installation of the new government, will be the 26th of November. So we are so far. Actually, the formateur was already a long time ready, but as you know, the VDSM and the PG can take the time that they think is necessary to do their research, for them to come to their end conclusion for the candidate ministers. So that part is not in my hands and under my control, and that means that I had to just wait with patience on the reports, and as I said, past Monday I have received the last update in the form of a report of the VDSM, and in the second half of last week I received from the Procureur-Generaal, the Attorney General. So we have both reports now. We are finalizing the process. I'm going to hand over my report as formateur in the first half of next week on the basis of the findings of the research that took place by the PG, the Attorney General, and the Security Service of St. Martin, the VDSM, and we came already to an end conclusion that the swearing-in installment of the new government will be the 26th of November. Secondly, an update on GEBE. The engine 19, that was actually initially the trigger that at the end of the day we ended up with more challenges by our GEBE. This engine 19 that delivers approximately 10.5 megawatt that had a crankshaft issue is ultimately completely repaired, and it's back as a generator delivering 10.5 megawatt to the grid. We are very, very happy that that mission has been accomplished. We had also an issue with engine 16 that was also a crankshaft issue, and that engine 16 can deliver 7.5 megawatts, and we are expecting also to have this engine 16 ready and operational in the first week of December. Thirdly, we have, as we all know, received the 20 megawatt extra containerized generators, and these are now placed already by the location of the plant of GEBE in KB. These 20 containerized generators will be, as planned, operational end of this month. These are, of course, great news and developments that at the end of the day is going to stabilize again the grid for the community of St. Martin. We have had, for example, yesterday a load shedding for a few hours. I have discussed that with GEBE, and we had a load shedding on Monday, and it had to do with still the servicing of our generators without having the assistance still of the 20 megawatt. The intention is once we have the additional 20 megawatt actually connected and operational for the grid of St. Martin, we will have a complete good control of the issue and challenge of load shedding. That means that we are on our way to stabilize the demand and the production of energy for country St. Martin.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
It's hurricane season. Are you prepared? Here are a few tips to keep in mind to help keep you and your family safe. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th, with the peak occurring between mid-August and late October. This hurricane season, be sure to put together a go bag. A disaster supply kit including a flashlight, batteries, cash, first aid and supplies, medications, and copies of your critical information if you need to evacuate. This public service announcement was brought to you by the government of St. Martin.
It's good news about the progress being made with GEBE.
Yep.
Reports are from the tourism sector that the power issues have impacted bookings for this high season, that consumers have felt like it's a little unclear how stable is the island and have either canceled or postponed their trips. Given the news that you're explaining now, is government planning a sustained public relations campaign to let the world know that St. Martin's over its hurdle and ready for tourists to come back?
We are almost there, of course. We have to get the 20 megawatt connected and commissioned, completely functional. As I said, that would be end of November. So we have to be careful to be ahead of the facts. But once we have the full confidence that we have those 20 megawatts completely commissioned and operational, we have an obligation of government also to give the world the information that we are again in stable situation with the production and the consumption of energy for country St. Martin. We will have to do that to try to recover back from the negative effect that this energy crisis have had for the community of St. Martin. Of course, we will have to have the necessary communication with the outside world to give those that are planning to come back the confidence that it will be okay once they are here on the island.
Minister, I will stick on the issue of GEBE.
Yeah.
A motion was passed in Parliament, of course. You did not support this motion for the relief on consumers with the 50% off their bills up to 5,000 guilders. Now, several MPs indicated that this is unrealistic. So my question to you is this something that GEBE can afford, one? And two, given that it was said that it's unrealistic, does this mean that it's not going to be implemented? I really want to know if you can be clear on that, because there can be a situation where persons would withhold paying their bills, hoping that something like this would be implemented, and that can, of course, further deteriorate the financial position of GEBE. I also wanted to ask you a clarification on what you mentioned earlier about Engine 19 and so forth. What we have not really gotten during this whole crisis of GEBE is what is the cost of all of this for the company. So the rental of the 10 megawatt, the purchase of the 20 megawatt, preparation to install all of these things and so forth. What is the budget that GEB is spending for all of this? Thank you.
You're welcome. Coming back to the motion. This energy crisis has been a serious issue for the sustainability of our community. It's not something to play politics with. I said it in the past already. If you read the motion good, it says, for example, that if you have a debt of 5,000, you're going to get a deduction. If you have a debt of 5,000 or more, you're going to get a deduction of 2,500, being the half of the 5,000. That means that if I'm a payer and my neighbor is not a payer of bills, I'm now are going to wait until my bill invoice passes in debt 5,000, and then I'm going to come to GEBE and tell them I want a discount of 2,500 guilders. I think that is not correct. And seeing, based on your second question about what did this cost our GEBE to survive the crisis that they also didn't want to be in, but it cost money with great expenses on the first 10 megawatt leased containerized generators, and then the 20 megawatt purchase of rent-to-own containers, still fighting with a backlog of invoices that has to be paid. I think it's unrealistic what this motion has brought forward. I am one of the members of parliament that voted against the motion, not because I'm not aware of the suffering of the people of St. Martin, but I find that we should not play politics in this serious moment of challenges that the people of St. Martin is going in based on the fact of popularism. I do not believe that is honest and correct to the people of St. Martin. Realizing also that we have one GEBE company, one utility company for our country. We can wish whatever we want, but at the end of the day, it has to stay a company that can offer continuity of energy too. And if we want to break it by forcing them to give discount on everything, at the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to achieve on the long term with a company that we have actually broken on the base of those measures that are intended to be taken on the proposal of the motion? I have voted against. If there is somebody that is very concerned with the well-being of the people of St. Martin, it's me. But not that I'm going to play politics and a standpoint of popularism just to be the one understanding. The people of St. Martin understand already where this government is standing in their understanding of the challenges that they're going through. But you should not actually manipulate the mind of people that are already suffering, realizing that you cannot accomplish all the items on the motion. I have to say, though, there are items on the motion that I could agree with. But seeing the fact that I had to accept the whole package in the motion, I elucidated that too. I could not agree with the motion because if I agree with the motion, I have to agree with all the content of the motion, and I could not. And that is the reason that I personally voted against. Another effort that we are working on is, for example, the fuel clause that has been for months discussed already by the people of St. Martin. We know that the fuel clause is actually being calculated and determined by several factors. One of them is, for example, the price that we have to pay to Sol, for example, for the storage of the fuel. That's one. Secondly, we are consuming water from 7 seas to keep this plant going. That's two. We are paying the harbor the throughput fee. That is, once that fuel comes in, we have to have a contribution to a deal that has been made in the past for what they call the throughput fee. GB on its own, government on the other side. We are all stakeholders in contribution to a fuel clause. So what we are doing now, we took a decision that we are going to negotiate, meet with all the stakeholders that has a part in this fuel clause and see if we can come to an agreement that everybody contributes its part for us at the end of the day to see if we can lower the fuel clause to help the suffering people in St. Martin. We are now busy with it. Meetings are planned to take place. We had the first one already with GEBE. As I told you, GEBE is one of the stakeholders. 7 Seas is going to be one of the stakeholders. The harbor is going to be. Government itself, for example, is also a stakeholder in this story. So everybody will have to do something to contribute to lower the fuel clause. So we are working on it.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social health insurance.
children, it is story time again. My name is Ruby Butte. I'm a storyteller, I'm a painter, and I love kids. And I'm going to tell a story about a beautiful place here in my garden, in a place called Freres Bay. In the middle of that garden is this beautiful tree. This beautiful tree is called the silk cotton tree. I'll repeat, the silk cotton tree. All the trees around loves her. They call her the mama tree. There are pomseret trees, there are mango trees, all around my star fruit trees, they all love the mama tree. And in the morning, when the sun comes up beautiful in the garden, all the trees sing a song to the mama tree. All the birds sing a song. The blackbirds, the ground doves, all the birds, the little sugar birds, they all sing a song to the mama tree. She's big, she's big, she's the biggest, la 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 la. She's the biggest, la 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 la. All the birds love the mama tree. They are busy all day making their nest. In the mama tree, there are so many big branches that you can have a home, the birds said. So this is my home, some of them said. The ground doves say, this area is my home, and the little sugar birds, they also have a home. But Miss Rat, she says, oh, I'll build a big nest, and my nest is going to be more beautiful than all the nests around. So Miss Rat built her nest. Mr. Iguana and his wife, all the children is living somewhere up in the mama tree. They are all so happy, and they all sing the song. She's big, she's the biggest, she's big, she's the biggest, la 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 la.